All right, no more sound checks. We are finally live. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Addicted Motors podcast. Today I've got Mike Moore, Sportscar Workshops, and Michael Pratt with Bad Decisions and a professional car destroyer, blower upper, overheater, destructor. Yeah, we'll just keep going. He doesn't need an introduction, but we will talk about the amount of cars that he has killed over the course of us knowing him.
Still actively working on it, too.
Even today.
Even today.
Oh, yeah.
The classic no coolant state inspection.
You don't have coolant.
Apparently not.
Your temp gauge was reading like 160, which I was about to give you shit for because I was like, man.
It read fine. It smelled like coolant on the way here, and then he popped the hood and said...
Usually that fixes itself. So.
Yeah, right. It's never
And that's the beginning of this podcast. So, welcome back. This is the best podcast on the internet. We're going to talk about news, shop events, auction cars, and our main topic of the day will be daily drivers and the cars that Pratt's blown up, because most of my automotive knowledge comes from what not to do by observing him and his ownership experience with various Land Rovers. And he actually started this whole Land Rover thing in Richmond, so we'll give him a little bit of credit for that.
He's the first guy to do Land Rovers in Richmond.
Yeah.
Ever. Market.
How many Land Rovers did you have? You didn't want to touch Land Rovers when we started.
I went it ebbs and flows.
Mm-hmm.
Head Rovers, outer Rovers, back end Rovers.
All right.
Always comes back.
Events. We've got cars and croissants at Can this Saturday at 7 a.m. No Rovers and coffee this weekend, but we're always still shilling for the Rove 50th MAR event coming up in September 24th to the 28th. I'll put the link to the tickets and whatnot. Still tickets available in the chat or in the link below, and I'll link my video so you can see what you'd be encountering. It's 1,000 acres of hunting land used or repurposed for Rover trails and good times for off-roading and overlanding and all the fun stuff you want to do at one of those events. All right. Shop updates.
Shop updates.
Oh, yeah, you're doing another motor.
Which motor?
The Porsche.
Oh, yeah, the classic go to pull spark plugs and head studs start falling out. Yep. Another air-cooled.
So where do you start? Like, what was the customer's expectations when he brought the car in? Which, again, this customer, he's good. He knows the things that he buy will need major things.
He's ready for it to go this way, but he doesn't want it to.
Right.
Man, I wish I had his description in front of me, but making a funny noise, probably something quick. And
a rotational noise.
Now we have, I think it was 8 snapped head studs.
How many are there total? Is that all of them?
No, it's like 2/3 of them. Yeah, a lot of snapped head studs, both banks, few on the same cylinders. Only one cylinder had aggressively poor compression, and then there was like another one that was pretty mediocre.
Like, where does snaps head? Like, does that come from?
It's a thing they do.
Just over torque over time.
Yeah,
sitting.
I mean, they're sideways instead of vertical.
Oh yeah, it is flat six.
Yeah.
Does the same thing happen with that 930 turbo engine that's sitting right there?
Same thing happened with. I think the red one had a snapped head or a cracked head stud as well. It ran shockingly well for having so many snap studs, but definitely was making a pretty nasty compression leaky noise.
So the Porsche condemned a D2 4-liter that is blowing the most horrendous noise of an external head gasket leak I've ever heard. Make sure you buy your D2 cooling kits from Lucky 8 whenever Justin gets around to putting that one together.
That's probably the worst external head gasket leak I've ever heard.
Yeah,
pretty bad.
I might even drop that clip in. It sounds like a steam train. Usually it's like this is like a.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound like
exactly what it sounds like.
It sounds like somebody forgot to put a spark plug in.
Yeah, it literally sounds there's like a hole in the engine. I checked, there's not a hole in the engine, but there's coming from the back of it. It seems like there's a hole in the engine. But it brings us to a good point of what do you do? Like, you've got a $2,000 rusty frame disco with some good stuff on that needs a head gasket. Do you fix the engine, or do you just buy another one and swap your stuff on?
Drive it till it blows up.
Drive it till it blows up.
Coolant getting in the oil.
Yeah.
Known quantity. Yeah. Don't start over.
And just because you know what to do, doesn't mean
get another one, but keep driving the first one till it blows up.
Or sell me all the bits off it. I'll take it for a cheap price as a good trade-in for future head gaskets removals. But yeah, unfortunately that truck has a rusty frame, so it kind of makes it less viable.
Wasn't there a history of head gaskets on that one? I thought when they bought it was like
Any truck you buy from Nova or Maryland or up north. I mean, not that we've had that much better luck here, but
I thought it had something recent. I thought I remembered when they bought it, it was like, well, yeah, the frame's kind of trash, but the rest of the truck's pretty nice. But
I think the interior was nice. I think
yeah,
their bar
it's an
might have been the
04,
interior.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no good way, because then you get an earlier one, and then you do the locking transfer case, and then you got other. It's just get another one. All right. Anything else shop related?
BMW Motors almost got together.
What was that for?
The Stroker E30 motor that he's working on.
Oh, for the convertible.
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
convert.
That was a high mileage car, very clean.
Bought as a non-runner.
No, it ran at low compression on all cylinders.
Okay, we got it running.
Oh, okay.
And then it was, this thing's slow. Oh, it's got like 60 psi across the board or something like that. Yeah, so a couple motors there.
A lot of Rovers coming in for pre-Mar prep.
Rover's coming in.
The whole parking lot's full, so if you're local and listening to this podcast, schedule your appointment, get your truck checked out, or get your mods done, or whatever you're looking to get done, so you don't hit that last minute rush. Yeah.
Don't make me frame swap something.
You're not going to show up to the event and be disappointed that your truck is in sordid condition before you make your list, because that's the wrong way to do it, and you'll have less fun. All right, sales update. Well, doing a lot in sales.
It's like the third week in a row where it's like, man, all we're doing is sales. So
not making a lot of money at all,
We're
but
moving
we're
a
moving
lot
a
of
lot of product. Yeah. So after we recorded this podcast on last Thursday, we sold our French blue TR6. It's been here for 2 years, I think, for sale.
Just over a year.
Just over. Well, we've sold it twice, but it was back. We had it listed for like 16 grand or 15 grand. The market took a dump. It just kind of sat around. The owner didn't know what to do with it. I just kept the ad up, and someone came, drove down from Maryland, saw it, drove it, bought it. He's happy. Did a little bit of work to it before it left, and that one's gone. So happy to move something. In other news, the cars that I mentioned before, this 930 Turbo apparently has been sold by our South American buddy who owns it. And it'll be leaving the shop, as well as a Z-Type eventually. I don't have a whole lot of faith that will kick off in a very expeditious manner, but we will hopefully free up the space for some more sales-related car storage, which is we desperately need because nice cars sit outside sometimes. What else?
Bought an L322.
Oh, I bought an L322 today. I bought the nicest, if I find a picture of it, 08 L322 non-supercharged that I could have ever seen. It's 86,000 miles. It's one owner. It's from Illinois. It's dealer serviced all the way up to the last 1,000 miles. It was straight into a Chevy dealer and subsequently auctioned off on Manheim when I bought it for 79. Well, I was with fees. Yeah, so $7,900, which is not a small amount of money. But with a truck with new tires and good service history, let's say I bought it for $5 grand, I'd be way more than that in maintenance. I'm still gonna be way more than that in maintenance. If you watch my L322 video, still gonna do all the things, but maybe I'll have to do less of all the things.
If Justin from Lucky 8 is listening, just send the Addicted Motors kit.
Yeah,
now.
just send us the kit.
Send it now.
I know.
He's gonna need it.
So yeah, we buy anything. Oh, and the Mercedes.
Was that last week?
The wagon. I don't know. We talked about this. The Mercedes wagon with the horrendous damage from the dealer that sold it to us. We did an arbitration. We asked for $3,100 to cover a full roof repaint, bodywork. It showed up damaged. Someone used a crowbar to rip the roof rails off, unfortunately, and we had to file a large arbitration with the Manheim team. I wasn't expecting to get a lot back, but we actually did okay. We got $2,600, so that'll cover the bodywork and half of the replacement roof rails. So that's kind of like the back end that you don't hear about with a lot of these auction cars. Is sometimes they're damaged in transportation. Sometimes, in this case, someone tampered with it before it left the dealer, which is odd because it was picked up from a Mercedes dealer. So hopefully we'll have a good resolutions there. It always sucks because the car showed up, it was in great condition, it didn't need anything.
Yeah,
nice
car.
It had just been serviced, a nice car. Really excited to get it gone, and stuff like that happened. So that's a bummer. All right, YouTube update. I released the video for the L322 5-liter. Things you should do immediately after purchase. So that we mentioned the front control arms, the crossover tubes, hoses, and the transmission pan and filter. And I got a lot of feedback about definitely those items, and especially the transmission filter and fluid. That's a big one because you recently priced out a transmission transfer case for one of those trucks, and just the parts alone, even used, what was it, 7, 8?
Yeah, it's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only do it if you know your car really well and it's incredibly well sorted.
Yeah, I mean, we had a guy reach out to me on Instagram. He was driving from Harrisonburg to Virginia Beach. That's a 4-hour drive. His truck made a noise. It stopped moving. Left him on the side of the road. I told him he could tow it here on a Sunday. He did. Car started, ran. It's like a 12 supercharged Sport or something. Has no gears. We pushed it in. Didn't work.
Tow truck
driver left it out in the middle of the sidewalk. So
we little Sunday activity.
We literally had to push it in. And the transfer case and the transmission are toasted.
Yeah.
The truck has like 75,000 miles on it. It's in really good condition. But it's total. It's done. What are you going to do?
He did the right thing, too. He did like the baseline fluid flush when he bought it. Sometimes you just get rovered.
Sometimes you get rovered. Well, he messaged me. Oh, yeah. We're building up. We're building up this. He messaged me and said he brought it to his mechanic to do like a pre-trip inspection and mentioned like lurching and stuff on downshifts and like before stoplights. And I guess they chalked it up to,
I hadn't heard that part.
Something else. No, he said it wasn't bad enough to like really do anything. But he's like, I'm sure even with the damage, if you looked under the truck, it wasn't blown apart or leaking or anything, right?
Yeah, there was a leak. You were getting some trans fluid out of the.
But it didn't lose all its fluid.
No,
right.
No. I mean, there wasn't like a catastrophic failure that was obvious just from looking at it.
Right.
I thought we were going to get under there, and first I thought an axle was going to have just been.
It did feel like an axle.
That would have been nice. That would have been.
Which we've seen before. If you crack an axle on a non-locked or L322 or 5-liter, it has no limited slip there, so it'll just spin. You'll just get no forward or reverse gears. It's a very odd sensation, especially if everything else checks out. So yeah, that was an interesting one. We'll get an auction update at the end. Talk about our favorite auction picks of the week. This week in cars. Well, we'll start with you, Mr. Pratt. What was your week in cars? How did it start off? Because your car's here.
Yeah.
How'd your day start off?
I decided to drive the D1 in, and
I didn't know there was more to the story besides you're just here for inspections. This is good.
Well, that was
the story.
That's all it was supposed to be.
Every drive's an adventure in a Rover.
It started smelling like coolant as soon as I started. Well, so I got to the parking garage, and I haven't driven in a while.
Do you carry coolant with you?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Just making sure you're
Talk to
real.
a pro here.
He might be getting soft. I don't know.
There's
Gotta get
coolant,
comfortable, old man.
coolant, oil, transmission, everything you need on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
I ripped
It's like a buffet.
the pipe off of its hanger because the truck was too high. So that's how the day started. So there's a drain pipe from the parking garage ceiling. So that was pretty cool talking to
Allegedly.
security.
Allegedly, I would.
What'd you stop for? That's why you don't have real tags.
Yeah.
You might have had it on camera.
Been a problem if you hadn't registered it.
Yeah, what do you think he's looking for it? Yeah.
Soft, old man.
Guy in the green Land Rover, just never drive it again. It's easy.
That's right. That's why I sold the
Goes
540.
back to throw it away and get another one.
That 540 has been.
Oh, the 540.
It's been around, so yeah.
Rolling out for 540. But then on the way over here, it started smelling like coolant, and Mike pops the hood and says, "You have no coolant in your reservoir." Sweet. So, we'll figure what that's about.
All right. I know a guy who knows stuff about coolant.
Yeah, I'm in a good place. Where do we start?
Well, no. This week.
Oh, this week.
This week in cars,
Okay,
because
just
we
this
do
week.
a lot of. Every week is packed.
In boring cars news, I inherited a
Oh yeah, you got a
2007 Volvo V70 that my parents thought was dead.
So we can jump it, right?
Nothing was working. No electronics, no blinker, no windshield wipers. Like fluid wasn't going. Turns out the volume and cruise control buttons short out. So $30 at the Chesterfield Auto Parts.
And that worked its way back
Perfect.
to all your electronics.
It's a way better time than Grant's free car.
Everything works now. Like there are no dash lights, and so now tomorrow when I go start it, it's gonna fucking die, but
Yeah.
as of yesterday,
Not until
it
it's
was
also
good.
blocking in your Land Rover.
That's what you get when you get a free car. Your Rover's like, no, you're not gonna drive me.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, you won't play games.
I'll learn today. But your wife didn't blow any cars up this week?
No.
Okay, that's
no,
good.
No. She's had a good streak so far.
A good few days, or how long's it been?
I mean, going on a year.
Going on a year. All right, listen, that's
Well, the
positive.
problem is it's building.
Yeah.
You got to have
Yeah.
the intermittent failures, otherwise you're just heading straight towards another massive failure.
She did so. Yeah, her
Release the
XC90.
pressure valve a little bit.
Apparently it has 2 batteries. One is an auxiliary battery.
Yeah, the little backup
For
battery.
and that threw some kind of error, and she just didn't mention it for a few weeks. And I got in to drive it. And
I check on my wife's cars.
You have to.
You have to.
And my mom got me with her Mercedes. She's just been driving around on bump stops for I don't know how long.
Again?
No,
Or is that the first time.
that was-
Yeah.
And so then I had to do a diff and all kinds of other dumb stuff when I probably just needed to do an airbag if I had known. Check in on your people.
Yeah, that should be the title. Check in on your people. Well, I bought the L322 for my mom, so that's gonna be great. Yeah, a 6-year-old lady and a 20-year.
Choice here for the content.
Here for the content.
That is
Yeah.
definitely.
I bought my mom what?
Listen, yeah. I'm gonna rescue her so many times.
Can't wait to see both of them broken.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You go to get her in your black L22 and they're both just.
I realize that they just all have black cars now too.
Black
Just all have black Range Rovers and stuff. All right. Anything else this week? You do anything productive, or did I just break stuff?
No,
Cool.
Just break. Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, what did I do? My Mercedes was leaking something. I brought it in, looked at it today. I guess it's not leaking anything anymore. We're going to write that off for whatever. I still need to replace all the mounts for the driveline, so that's going to happen never. My truck is going to get picked up today, apparently, and dropped off tomorrow. I haven't seen it in 3 or 4 months. It has a new transmission, apparently, and I'm much broker because of it. So I can just drive it around town and not really tow anything with it. I don't want to calculate how much that's costing me.
I think you gotta break it down dollars per mile. That's really fun and always makes people feel good.
I bought it with 100, 200, and I think I might have put 10,000 miles on it.
I'd almost be surprised.
I probably could at least
That's been what, probably 3-4 years?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I feel like I could at least Cayenne Turbo S and put a tow hitch on it and just.
We drove that down to pick up the LS4.
Yeah, you almost crashed it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was some superior driving to
Yep.
not crash it.
What else? Oh, I have a lot of things actually. I drove my D2 to the cabin and it got stuck in 4L. Did a little bit of research. Again, I'm familiar with Rovers, but until I own it and experience the problems, I'm not super familiar with it. We think it's the interlock solenoid from high-low range. Either it shit itself, it pooped out, so that needs to be removed. Apparently, I'll take the console out, I'll rip the solenoid out, and just put the cover back on RTV it and call it a day. It's a nanny that prevents, your wife or your child from putting it in 4Low while it's moving or something like
Reminds
that.
me, your truck also starts in reverse.
What?
What?
Found that out by accident.
Good to know.
Your children are of age now, so it's less of a problem. Is there an advantage to that? I feel like? It's not that big of a deal. So the D2 is abandoned at the cabin. I drove with my father and my son back that night in the Classic, which I'd abandoned up there previously with no AC on the highway. That was fun. I have 3 seatbelts in it, so that's... Yeah.
Well, perfect. You had 3 people.
I had 3 people, 3 seatbelts, so my countermeasures work. I leave a bad car up there because I drive bad cars up there, and this is the first time I've had a self-rescue, and it worked out absolutely fine after a lot of cursing and yelling. So that made it. I've got the white, other previously abandoned at the cabin D1 back that was having some overheating issues on the highway. I think I've figured out that it is the new clutch fan that I installed 2 years ago. It's a cheap one, so I put all the nice stuff in my the green D1, and I put all the the eBay cheapy versions of it as a test on the cheap $1,000 white one. And that fan clutch, it engages when it wants to. It always feels firm, but I was over 200 driving around, but all of a sudden the fan clutch pops on. I'm down to 195, and everything's nice. So I think it's okay for now, but that was a weird one to try to diag because all the fans worked, the radiator's functioning, I have new coolant, I have new thermostat, the water pump's not leaking, so I had to be something else. Make sure I didn't lose that. The BMW, where we might have found where it was leaking coolant. I don't even want to talk about the BMW because that's freaking boring. And that's it, I think. What about you?
I feel like my shop updates or my car updates this week. Yeah.
All right. So let's. I've got 2 topics. I want to pause and make sure we have sound before I go on the next one. Oh, so I think I lost some audio here. We started discussing daily drivers and the ethos behind daily drivers and what our best daily drivers are. So I probably lost about 10 minutes of it, but we'll jump back into it right now. So yeah, moral of the story: don't touch your phone or it gets smart. Apple products. So so you said what's your best daily, Ben?
The best actual daily. Man, I've had a lot. Say GTI would be one of them. I had a 4.2 Audi A6. It was black on black. That was like that Autobahn Stormer.
But was that cheap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was,
See, that kind of negates my theory. If it's just cheap enough that if it dies, it dies.
Well, so
you just can't start caring about it.
It wasn't that cheap that
you can't let it meet your parents. You know what I mean? You can't.
I feel like you're just describing a beater, your daily beater.
Well, you don't want to put hands on it.
Yeah,
you get problems if you put hands on
it. You just kind of made me look inwards, which I hate doing. And
have you hit a woman? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I mean, he said how many dailies he's had. Dude, I think I've had like 5 dailies. Ever.
Like ever?
Ever. I guess I hold on to them.
Oh, yeah. They're still all right. So sorry, the A6. Yeah. That's an interesting car with a 4.2. I've looked at a few of those with like a black one with the caramel interior. Like, it's pretty good.
That one, I rode the train at Pennsylvania and bought it at Conshohocken.
Yeah, that's where I bought. That's where my brother worked. Yeah, that's where we got a lot of trade-ins. It's basically where I bought my Porsche.
I don't know. The V70 is what you're describing. If that thing dies, I'd take the tags off of it, walk away from it,
burn it.
Like you said,
which we have seen done.
Yeah.
It's $100. Another one costs $100 to buy. Another $30.
It's literally $100. There's one for sale, and it's delivered for $400.
now, what you don't daily is an Escalade, because that was a huge mistake. Especially,
I would argue it worked out pretty well.
That thing was in the shop, out of the year we had it before it was totaled, 4 times. Every quarter, it had to go in, had to go back home.
How long has it been?
I was 2022. Yeah, okay. We bought it.
I forgot you had all the trips back.
Yeah.
Well, the LR4 died on the way to go see.
I remember that part.
We'll get to that. Where that's coming up.
Salesman saw you coming from a mile away.
Oh man! Shout out to Carvana.
Literally.
Ideal customer, dead 2 hours away from Rome.
Pratt Escalade.
Whole family with you.
Brought to you by Carvana Trade-In.
That was completely transparent. I answered every question.
It runs, it drives, it didn't leak anything at the time.
Light was on. Yep. I answered everything exactly.
Had fresh coolant in it, recently serviced by a jug.
Yeah. Brand new water pump.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had one more thing I had a couple more things for dailies. Now I can't remember it. What name your 2 best? What? So you had your best and your worst. What's your best and worst?
My best and worst dailies. It's boring, but my God, is my truck pleasant to be in.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't count. It's new. Yeah, that's what I mean. You either go full new or full old.
I think my worst one's probably my T90. So blast, but it's really inconvenient when you're getting rain in your face.
Or if anyone calls you. I mean, that's the other thing. I think even with your shitbox deal, you have to be able to take a phone call and have
it. Do you know how long it would take me to get to short pump? Oh. I was dailying that while doing all of my wife's ultrasounds.
Yeah, but what you also say
I would meet her there, and it would take me 20 minutes.
It was also
longer.
your only car, and it didn't have a windshield.
It was my only car, no windshield, no doors, no seat belts.
And you can only do that at a few little snapshots in your life before you realize it isn't a good. You think it's a good idea, you try it, you wish you could do it again, but then you realize it's not a great idea and you won't go back to it, but you kind of wish you could.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you don't have offspring.
Yeah, it kind of throws a wrench into it. At least from the visibility, at least people can see that you've strapped a car seat in a roofless, windshieldless buggy. And I think the authorities might take some problem, have some issue with that.
Absolute blast, though. Oh my god, everywhere you go is fun. It's
So, what do you think the best middle ground daily? You don't own it yet. You have 10 grand. I don't even know the answer, but
10 grand.
Actually, 10 grand's hard for anything.
See, unfortunately,
let's call it 7 grand. Let's call it 7 grand because you buy for 5, you put 2 grand into it.
Oh, okay. So a fixed 7.
Fixed 7.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
but
not
you
gonna
have to
go
daily
sideways.
it. Here's your criteria. You have to be able to take a phone call in it, and the AC needs to work.
Well, so I have a very different view on dailies. I think live your life.
Yes, I know.
Forget having comfortable dailies, except for that one car.
Well, your commute's not long enough to take a phone call, so
I'm gonna go.
you can't screen cheat. A police car.
I'm gonna go E36 M3.
4
doors?
5 grand though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you can get a beater E36.
I don't think you can get
Put
that.
2 grand in the cooling system.
Yeah, nope. You got to do a non M.
I
E36.
paid way less than that for mine. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Twice.
Yeah. That was not interesting. No one listened to
Fine,
that.
328.
328. So BMW.
Basically an M3.
That's
BMW.
right. The 328
Yeah.
IS. Like
Yeah.
it was $800.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So that's what I told Andy. How about like an F30 generation or an E90, 328 automatic. So you're just driving it like an appliance, and it's fine. It's
I'll
still a
argue
BMW.
the E36 is going to be way less painful in the wallet dailying
Then an E46.
than an E90.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you're
then an
going to
E90,
want to
yeah.
do stuff. You're going to want different wheels, or you're going to want different.
Yeah, get 323.
You'll start playing with it.
You won't care enough.
And
Get
then,
325.
and then you realize that E36s are appreciated, and you're like, I could sell this and make money. That's what I mean. You don't.
Sounds like a fantastic daily to me.
No, you don't want to
drive it and make money.
You don't want to give yourself that opportunity. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But
Anything can do anything.
you want your daily to serve that purpose and not be able to be sold at a profit. You know what I mean? Because then you're like, I could sell this. Let's get rid of it. Andy bought that Mini and he's lost all his money on it.
But good,
Right.
Well, what about the
Which
G6?
is good. That's what you're supposed to do with the
G30.
daily.
How do you do on the Infinity? Did he made money on that?
He
Didn't
sold
he?
for like 10 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good daily.
That's a. You know what? Did we have it on the list of cars that are good that I can't own?
I think I'm just
That was-
refusing to acknowledge it. 'cause
That was on the.
That was. I don't think we brought it up. That's a manual G35 sedan. It's pretty fun.
I mean, it's kind of like a heavy, more powerful E36.
Yeah.
With
E36 guys. All right. What's yours?
Not so much in the fun, but like what
Doesn't have to be
Mike
fun.
was saying,
Shouldn't
like
be fun,
The
honestly.
comfort, like a Tundra. A Tundra is comfortable.
Not for that money. Not for
well,
that
that's
money.
probably true.
How much was yours? 10?
Yeah, but it didn't need anything, so I'm pretty close
Get
to
a
that
rusty
seven.
one.
Oh yeah, you just
Sorry,
do a
get-
little-
Yeah, get a rusty one for 7.
Oh yeah, I get you a rusty one. It's
Yeah.
easy. I've
But-
done it before.
100,000 more miles.
How many miles does that?
Mine is 185 now.
Huge.
Oh, yeah, I think there's a big argument for a truck daily.
Oh,
You gotta have
I'm
a
not
truck in your
saying,
fleet,
yeah,
yeah.
but I'm going off Vandy because it had to be fun. Like you're just stuck in.
Well,
you're
now
trying to
it's
park
just
it.
back to enthusiast cars again. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's 2 different kinds of cars here.
All right, I have the answer. It is
Oh.
a 1997 Volvo 850 wagon turbo, not an R, just a turbo. Hard to find, but not manual, slushy 4-speed, 5-cylinder turbo noises. It's very beat up, but all Volvos for the most part run and drive because they've been beat up, but they've been maintained because they're old family cars. That's a hard one to find. You can get it for $5,000. You're gonna put a little maintenance into it, and you've got actually I think a pretty cool usable car with back seats. It's decently safe. You can put a bunch of shit in the back, and it looks good. That's a good looking car, and you can pretend you're what's his name.
You just want to go be a professor at UVA.
Yeah, that's fine. You blend in. You can park it anywhere. It blends in all over the place. It's still pretty classy looking. You can drive down to VAR and people will say, "Oh, you got a cool track wagon," So it checks those boxes.
Jamiro just said that type of wagon is what makes you look rich.
Well,
Let's-
yeah.
if you want
There's
to talk
nothing wealthier
if you-
than a 20-year-old Volvo.
yeah, but those
Any
ladies.
type.
So those ladies. That's a whole other topic of of stealth wealth cars, and any Mercedes wagon, E320, E350, E400, E430, whatever they are now. There's so many of those in Richmond, West End, ladies with James River license plates that say their initials and shit on them. They could buy Range Rovers, and they do, but there's always a Mercedes wagon sitting in front of one of those houses, which, it has that look. All right, well, that's enough on dailies. Let's go right into Mr. Pratt. Give us the story of. Let's give us your Rover story in terms of your head count. What's your body count for Rovers? Yeah,
body count for Rovers.
Yeah, but let's start with your first one. Where did it start?
My first one it started off strong.
Yeah.
So bought a 98 P38.
He's never recovered.
Yeah. So we know exactly what kind of guy you are now. Awesome. Okay.
You don't need to know anything else about me.
Yep.
That's where it started. 4 liter.
How
so
cool do you think you were on that? They're pretty. That was that was just a used car back then.
It was crazy. So I bought it in 2008.
Okay.
It was 10 years old, and
Some
I bought
poor
it for
real estate
$4,000.
guy trying to get his kids' food together.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can't buy. Well, maybe you can. 10-year-old Range Rover now for $4,000. Maybe they're getting.
I just spent 7 or 8 on one. Yeah. I feel
Actually, yeah, you're getting
it's getting close.
HSC L3 or L405.
Yeah,
We've done very poorly on buying them cheap, though.
I'm not saying. I mean, yeah, it's gonna get you.
Yeah.
But.
Well, you get you.
So I bought it and was going to turn it in for cash for clunkers. That's how long ago this was.
Oof! Thanks, Obama.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
But all
Probably
of the new
would have been
cars-
better for you.
It probably would
Dude,
have been better.
how much money would you have right now if your
Oh my
Rover
God.
career stopped right there at Cash for Clunkers? You
Hundreds of thousands.
Oh, talk about your GT3 RS right
dozens
there.
of dollars. Yeah, dozens of dollars. Your
Dozens of
life
dollars.
could have been a
Make a
whole.
choice: 20 years of just getting fucked, or a GT3 RS.
How do I make that a shirt?
Oh, geez. Yeah. No, I sank that one on the
A
farm.
documentary.
I went across a
Documentary.
earthen dam and went off the side.
I
so,
saw a picture of that.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It recovered, but sold it. Took a couple of year break, but then got into classics. So I bought one classic that.
Oh, so you didn't own a Range Rover until the classics
Mhm.
started?
The P38.
Oh,
Before-
yeah.
there's
Yeah,
a break
P38.
between
Then the
P38.
classics that we met him when he had his classic that he probably should have kept that way.
Oh, those were like your that was like your
Yeah,
second
that's what I'm trying-
classic,
yeah.
or second car.
So that was 2000. When you buy? What year did you buy those?
2018.
Oh,
Oh,
shit, you
just-
just had them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
So I bought them from an acquaintance of everybody here, and
Oh, that was the
Indeed.
Roy truck. The Roy truck with the
Yep.
bad
Oh, the
engine he
white
sold
one.
you.
I had
Yeah.
a slip liner that was like, it's just a noisy
Yeah.
lifter. Yeah.
Oh.
So needed an engine, so naturally I bought 2 more classics.
It's the
As
only
parts.
smart way out.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I thought you had 3 classics in your driveway,
Yeah.
and then I realized back you did have 3 classics.
I
in
did
your
have 3
driveway.
classics.
2 gold.
2 of them were that Roman bronze.
Yep.
That's how I met you. 'Cause
Yep.
You came
That's
and
how
bought
Yep.
the good one.
Don't worry, we might buy it back again.
The other one I had the engine swapped into the white one, and that ended up being a great truck.
Yeah.
The other one got sold for parts.
You saw that like the oddest time where they were coming up in value, but they weren't going crazy.
Right.
But
I mean, we were still buying those for $1,000 for
yeah, what
probably
did you
another
sell for
year
like
or
8
two.
grand or something?
I think it was $8,000.
Your
Yeah,
wife
but it was less
hooned it.
than what I had in it.
Why did
So the only reason I sold it.
Because you had the LR3 and you were
Nope.
driving. No.
Nope. I was in a meeting at work, and I was fucking around on my computer, and I bid on a 2-door classic.
Oh.
No reserve.
Okay, I take it back. No,
I thought
that's
there was
fine.
a bigger gap there.
No.
I thought we
You-
knew
you
you
owned
for
them
a
at the
bit
same
before
time?
that 2-door showed up.
that
No, 'cause
2-door.
2019, we drove it to Mar. Yep. Back when it was at the other
I
location.
remember you drove it. Did you come straight here from Nova? Or
Yeah.
Did you, yeah, because then we found like
A whole bunch of shit
some
on it.
aggressively loose steering
Oh
components.
yeah, we did. We were tightening the lug nuts as we drove it off.
Yeah.
from-
Oh man.
It was the opening bid, and I was the only bidder, and it was no reserve.
Man, you should have kept that.
Yeah, I take that back. The class needed to go. You should
Was
have
that
kept
a was that a 200 TDI?
200 TDI.
and you did the timing belt and a whole bunch like cooling stuff.
Yeah, that was a cool truck.
That
Pulled
was
a
good.
lot of coal though.
I
I remember
It was quick.
I was putting miles on it, and I received a message from somebody asking if I was up ahead because they could smell and see it, and they knew the shop was over here. I'm like, oh, yep, that's me.
I mean, that truck wasn't rusty, and we wheeled the piss out of
Yeah.
it at
Yeah.
the other location.
Yeah, at Old Mar.
Old
Man,
Mar.
I would have guessed that was during COVID. I didn't realize that was
That was
that long ago.
just before, because it
wow.
car prices had. No, when I sold
That's
it,
how long we've been on our fucking.
I sold it
Dude,
during
it's-
COVID.
Yeah, that's not good.
Because I sold it for 18, so I made
Yeah, and
I
then he
made a few
immediately
thousand bucks.
relisted it for like
Like
30.
36, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say 13 for 18. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Rockefeller over here.
That's when I bought the series.
FC Kerback over here.
And we're skipping over a lot of like the flips in between. 'cause
Yeah.
there was,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the D2s and the
Well, I
Ultra
mean,
D2s.
the D2s, yeah, those were, yeah.
Yeah.
It was all about the same period.
So
of
we're not
time.
at, we're not at, you haven't killed anything yet. You're still a clean record. You haven't got any felonies at this point.
No, not on Land Rovers.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of them were terminal. Always had, normal things, but no terminal.
Yeah.
No terminal deaths.
And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah. No, we're in the pandemic. We're
That's
in-
pandemic.
Yeah.
I bought the series, and it immediately needed a rear diff, so that came here.
Oh,
The rear
yeah.
diff.
Transmission rebuild.
Needed a transmission and a transfer case.
Yep.
So I had that done.
Brakes.
Oh yeah, well that ended up being not just the brakes,
You
but
had
the flange.
was it the
What the fuck was that
rear
called?
output on the transfer case, was it? Or on the transmission?
Need a
You guys
lot.
are soft.
Well,
It-
okay, so let's. But you bought it for what? $8,000, $9,000.
Yep.
Put $10,000 into it.
Not even. I mean, the most.
$9,700.
No,
Not
it
even.
was 7 or 8 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sold it for
That
20.
wasn't the truck for you though.
Well, it sat a lot just because like your
Because
D90
they're
observation
freaking useless.
because they are.
Horrible to drive.
Somehow more useless than my D90.
Yeah, somehow bigger makes it more
I will
useless.
take my coil springs over a windshield all day.
Yeah. As Billy is finding out, the more he drives that truck, the more it's going to just start falling apart.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Because it hasn't driven in 10 years.
It's also being maintained by Billy.
It's true.
They're,
I give him
they're-
credit though. He got it running. It's doing the project truck thing. But continue. I want
They're
to
a
hear
hell of a lot of fun, but like you said, the more you drive it, the more
Yeah.
it just needs shit.
and you don't want to drive it because it sucks to drive it.
It sucks driving.
It's the worst time of year to drive a series right now.
Yeah. And there's like 2 days out of the year that it's a good day to drive a series.
And it's mostly it's when you tow it
I
to a
remember you
location.
driving it down here and just showed
You
up.
drove to the
I
PS
was
farm.
in-
drenched.
You drove to the farm for our little Rover party out there one time.
I drove in
Ah.
the middle of winter and I had like full like snow gear on.
Yeah.
It doesn't even do heat, does it?
No, it didn't
Yeah.
have heat. It had nothing. Yep, sold that. That's when I started getting terminal with Rovers. Was the LR3?
Double
was-
down.
Yeah, a green LR3.
So you had an LR3 on coils. It had
Yep.
230,000 miles. Purchased from a Rover guy. It's actually a good truck until it wasn't.
Well, I feel like there's an important rule of thumb we're skipping over as well.
Never
If
buy
Pratt
off.
sells it, it's probably a good truck.
Yes.
Yes.
If he
Yes.
tries to keep it, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
Which
Yeah.
that D1 in there is going on 3 years that I've had it. So that
Can't
means
get rid of it.
It's time.
But you've never
No.
fixed it. So, well, that's also had some pretty aggressive failures. Let's
Oh.
not pretend. Let's
Oh,
not pretend like that's
God.
gone well.
We'll get there.
that
Okay.
one,
Yeah.
The LR3 ended up. I thought the noise was coming from the front diff because those had all kinds.
I'm glad
of,
we're
like,
doing this. This is a
early
lot of stuff I forgot
Well,
about.
this seems to be its own
I know.
podcast.
No, it's
episode.
okay. This will just be a long one.
cars that Pratt kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the front diff. It was making a weird noise. They all used to do that back in the day, so I just chalked it up to that, changed the fluid, and it turned out it was a water pump, actually. That would just sound like a box of rocks.
Yep.
And it died in my neighborhood, and I got it to my garage, flushed the coolant, added, I put a new water pump on it.
You hit it with that can-do attitude.
Yeah,
Like, I can do
thought
this.
This is fine.
This is fine. It
it's the
can't kill it.
It's the legendary 4.4. Nothing
Yeah.
ever goes wrong.
Right.
So I started up and just billowing smoke out of the back end of it. So that was shipped off, and
But that truck had the Defender wheels, had good tires, had an ARB on it. Forgot
Yeah.
about that. So
With
that
the
thing
ARB.
technically was ready to. That was a decent truck. That's funny. That's something I talked about with Justin on the Lucky 8 podcast. Is I use an example because we're talking about the coil springs, and they're fine. It rides great, but you can't really give it more lift. If you put anything in the back, you're you're bouncing your ass over everything, which is the downside of that conversion.
When we were at Mar and the whole
Yeah,
family
I was
in
I was
it, so it
video up.
was-
That's what. Yeah.
yeah, that
Not 7 people in off-road car approved, especially without a rear locker.
So then
So that was sold. That was the
Yeah.
first death,
that was the first.
which apparently wasn't
Third
dead.
time.
We sold to another guy, and he drove for another 10,000 miles. So yeah,
Then we bought the LR4, which actually was
LR4.
supposed to be from me.
5-liter time.
My wife
You were.
took
I think
it.
you're the use case for why not to buy a 5. And
Yeah.
It's not
it's
fair.
not even your
Pratt
fault.
can't buy a 5-liter. We can.
Yeah, we can buy
We were going up to get a bigger car. We decided, we got 3 kids, so we decided we need a bigger car. So we were going up to Northern Virginia to look at.
But first, let's back up a little bit. That was a real car.
It was a real
like
car.
80 or 90,000 miles, like
Yep.
17 grand. Like that was prime COVID. It was white, good
White on
history.
black. Yep.
With 13 LR4.
Yep.
So this was I'm going to make this a family car. I'm going to be the guy that give this to my wife. Car.
Yep. And she drove it. She put a lot of miles on it, and it made several trips. But that last trip,
It made 8 or 9 trips, which is good. Got my money out of
Made
it.
trips till it didn't.
Yep.
in a year. Yeah. And then we were going to go look at a Yukon XL.
Well, also
Oh.
that always had a leak too. Didn't she have to park it in the garage because she always got water intrusion?
And through,
Oh, I
the,
didn't-
through the sunroof. Yeah.
yeah.
It was.
I know we
leaking
think
through
that's
the donut.
fine, but it's not.
She sent me a picture going through the car wash.
Oh
Water
yeah,
coming
yeah,
through,
yeah. It was
like the
it was
light.
dripping a lot,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that car has
wife cars can't do that.
Yeah,
Our
wife-
cars can.
wife
Wife
cars
cars
can't
can't
do that. And it has a couple electronics in an LR3. There's a few things in there.
On the highway, went to go past somebody, put my foot down, and gone. Poof. All
That's
the cool
what
flew out of
coined the
it.
term poof, because you sent us a video and it went poof.
All opened the hood.
Yeah, all his money
Massive,
evaporated.
massive.
You heard it here first. Pratt's the first poof in Richmond.
So what do we think that was? A crossover pipe?
It was a crossover. pipe,
So I just put that in my video. That was my example of how they fail catastrophically, but we think they've been leaking slowly before that
They had to
potentially.
have been.
You know what I mean? That's why it dies, because you don't notice it. You're adding coolant. Just a little old truck to add something, and then poof.
Also goes back to the dummy gauge.
The
They
dummy
just-
gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't
It's too
tell
late.
you. Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah, it never even registered that it was overheating.
Nope.
Like as the smoke was pouring out.
You ought to fine. Keep driving.
That's
my friend. There's nothing to see here.
Then I bought I don't know if it was really terminal. I felt like it was, but I was pretty traumatized by the LR3 and LR4 back to back.
I mean, that was big. That was a big financial back to back.
Yeah, that was a pretty significant loss on both those. The
You took it like a
L322
champ, though. I think. Right on the chin.
L322
A lot of grit.
needed a trans, had lots of rust.
322 needed.
There was a
trans.
black. So remember, I had the silver.
Oh, you
L322.
bought an auction L322.
I
Oh,
played
that's
auction roulette.
The fuel line.
Yep.
Oh.
This was like around the same time as the PT.
We've had
Cruiser
so
and everything.
much
Yep.
success after his purchase that I thank you for that.
Yeah,
one.
I
yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah, the fuel line
Oh,
was rushing
06.
through right near the firewall.
Yeah.
So when you started it, it would dump fuel right
And
on
they
the
went.
head.
That's a blue line that goes
Yeah.
all the way back through the jungles, cross borders, back
I
to the fuel
eventually
pump.
found a guy on eBay that was parting them out that sent me one, so I replaced it, and then I could drive it, and found out the transmission was slipping.
Got to be able to drive it to find those issues.
That's right.
That's a good
Yeah.
hack. If
Yeah.
you're trying to sell your L322, spike the fuel line and say, "Oh, it's fine," and then they won't be able to drive it.
Is this about where you started to learn your lesson and then you gave up on Land Rover?
Yeah, that was.
I feel like you're
That
still
was-
kind of giving up on. We'll get there.
Is it?
So hold on. That's what's been killed. The LR4 died. The LR3 died. The L322.
got
died.
Yeah.
That's all within like.
That was like
year.
within
Yeah,
a year.
that
That was,
was
a
Yeah.
year. That was a
1 year,
rough
yeah.
year. Okay, so that's a pretty good body count. Yeah.
So I thought I would wise up after getting out of the series and get something that I could,
Back to
wheel
basics.
and drive. So I bought a D1 sight unseen, very smart.
I forgot about this.
Oh, I thought we were moving. Oh,
Yeah, so-
Wait, did I
Listen,
forget
we
one?
do the
Where's
same.
the Land Cruiser in all of this?
Yeah, we're talking about how many cars Pratt's killed.
It's a very long conversation.
There's a chair. There's a chair back there if you want to grab it. We're on number 4. So the backstory before
Yeah.
before Pratt doesn't give you the full backstories. We go to Rovers at Wintergreen. He needed a truck. We're getting down to the last minute. There was 100 Rovers for sale, and then there was no Rovers for sale, and this is the last one left. And it was a 99. It was in Kentucky. They said it was good. It was $5,500. You bought it and had it shipped to the shop
Yep.
Was this a
4 days.
us auction truck?
No.
No.
This is
Oh,
This is
basically-
on Marketplace.
Like,
Oh, is this the one you didn't tell me about?
This is the one he has right now.
Yeah. You told me it was coming like as it was getting dropped
Yes.
off.
More or less.
Probably. That's par for the course.
Yeah.
So did nothing to it.
Oh, yeah, because it showed the same time as my D2. It was like
Yes.
within a day of each other.
Everyone was buying
And it
trucks
was
for
like,
the event.
oh, we
Yeah.
played the same race.
Right. You paid less, actually. It
Yeah.
was like $4,500. So it showed up. You get it looked at, but not really. You're just like, make sure it drives. It ran, it drove. We didn't do anything crazy. You put tires on it.
I think we fixed the alignment. And
Oh,
we put
yeah.
tires on it.
Yeah, I think it was like crab walking or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drove it from here to Wintergreen, barely doing anything else to it.
Yep.
Make it to the bottom of Wintergreen Mountain, and it starts like bucking. And I'm like, you know what? We're almost there. I can.
Yeah.
I
Nothing
can
like a
get it.
25% incline over 5 miles
Yeah.
uphill to just seal the deal on whatever might be mechanically wrong with your
Yeah,
truck.
you got it's Italian tune-up, right?
Yeah.
You just got to blow it out of there.
So,
And you guys were late too, so you're
We
you're
were
pushing it. At this
Which is
point.
good. If you'd been early, it would have been way more
Yeah.
shameful.
I don't know. So we're going up the mountain, and halfway up, the front wheels just lock, and it like feel the whole front end just buck up like that. And there's a loud, like incredibly loud, like a
So if the
blast
first one was a
underneath.
poof, this was a boom.
Yeah, this was an
It's a
explosion.
bang.
Full on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there were
And
pieces
number 4.
of the
This is
transfer
number
case
4.
on the ground, pieces of the transmission on it, like the whole thing just like literally exploded. The front diff locked up, drive shaft ripped out of the front end, out of the diff. It was total carnage.
Can't RT
30-foot skid as you're trying to get
Oh
off.
yeah.
And fluid trails, like 3 fluid trails.
Also,
going down
The
the
only
mountain.
route in, so every single event attendant has
So
to
this is
drive by.
this is like crashing your race car in pit lane where everyone sees you. He's literally at the entrance to the event, blown up, bits everywhere,
On the
sweeping
first day.
oil out of the thing on the first day.
We sat there all weekend. So
Yep.
everybody with a Sportscar Workshops
Yeah,
sticker
thanks.
on it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Good.
I
Just
had-
wanted-
It had nice tires, yeah.
yeah. God. So it was either get out or just go all in. And for whatever reason, decided to go all in. So got front and rear diffs
You know
done.
exactly why you went all in. It's the same
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
you
no
did
other
everything
way.
up to this point. There was never an option.
Yep. Yeah. So now that is definitely
That was gonna stick around.
yeah that one's gonna be here.
That's it though, right? So that's 4. 4, you brought one back to life.
Of Land Rovers, yeah.
You didn't kill any other ones?
I don't think so.
I mean, you had a couple flips that made a couple bucks.
Well, some of his murders were other cars too. They
Yeah.
weren't Land Rovers.
I had
True.
a 350Z that the crank pulley ate into the block and
You killed a
Lock that
couple
motor
track
up.
cars too.
killed a couple of track cars. Another 350Z locked it up at VIR.
You can't make a breakfast without cracking a couple eggs.
Yeah, maybe you needed Rovers. Maybe you just stay away
Well,
from that.
the
track.
good thing about Rovers is it's expected. You know,
Yeah.
if you were into Hondas and doing this, it'd be way weirder.
I feel like there's more. I
feel like there is more, but we'll give you that for
Yeah.
now. 4 Rovers combined loss probably.
I mean,
$30,000
in what, like an 18-month
$40,000.
span? I mean, it's just pretty wild.
Yep.
All right, well, we're going to end that unfortunate series of events. This is Michael Pratt. Maybe he'll come back again and recount more in detail.
He's
If
probably
you want
not
to hear
leaving in his
more
car,
detail
so.
about some of these car kills, you know, this is like one of those murder mystery podcasts, right? Where you can discuss, why did it die? Well, we know why. Because
Michael
him.
Pratt.
Michael Pratt. All right, let's talk about what's interesting at auctions. We can wrap this up. So you've heard of a Mercedes G-Wagon, a Glenda wagon. How about a 1983 imported 5-speed manual G-Wagon for around $23,000 with a Toyota 4.7 UZJ or whatever
that's
those are.
back.
Yeah, V8 swapped into it. So this fun little G-Wagon, like the one that we're selling, is way more interesting because it has mud tires, a 5-speed, and a Toyota 4.7 out of like a Land Cruiser or a Tundra swapped into it. And that's about the coolest combination of an off-road vehicle that I've ever seen. It looks a little bit rough, but it's not rusty because it's from Saudi Arabia or something like that, so it might have been done okay. I saved another 560 SEC coupe. That's okay, whatever. I always love an E55 and an early E55 5.4 naturally aspirated picture loads. I got this up for $9,000. They always have some rust issues. I mean, that's That's not an auction car. It's a selling dealership in Pennsylvania. I've actually been there before. Guess what? The 2004 Maserati Coupe GT hasn't sold. We talked about that one last time. Crazy. 63,000 miles, $8,000. Hasn't moved. I didn't see how this ended. This 2008 Audi RS4 sedan, manual, 113,000 miles. Let's see. What do you guys think it sold for? That's the car.
18.
Those are cool. I mean, that's an RS. That's an RS4. That's big titty. Sold for $22,000. It's a lot of car for the money, though. Let's be honest. If you're an Audi guy, that's a Halo car.
That's still pretty strong, given where things.
That is pretty strong. 46 bids. It's funny. Like some of these cars go for nothing, but all it takes is a bunch of guys like me that make bad mistakes to drive that up. Also been looking at E350s and E400 Mercedes wagons for a guy. Alpha Julias for someone. And there's nothing else that crazy listed that I find super interesting.
Bentley's still there?
The Bentley's still there. You've got a cheap manual E46 M3 coupe, and that was on Carvana. It's listed for 16, but I think that's sold for 10 on Carvana. This dealership,
Damn.
Rex Motors, has for sale for 16.
It's a manual?
Yeah,
That seems pretty decent.
it does seem very decent, but E46 prices have gone down.
They're going way-
Our buddy just
M30.
lost. He
Okay.
sold on Cars and Bids his E36 M3 sedan. It was a 98, 99 last model. Was that M54?
Yeah, S52.
S52. So yeah, that's the better engine. 12 grand. Sold with Cars and Bids. I wonder if Doug's going to talk about that at all on his podcast this week. But I think he bought it for 130,000 miles. He probably put 5 grand into like good maintenance, redid the wheels, went through. We baselined the whole car, new tires.
I think that auction just didn't go well.
That auction, no, I'm just saying, it didn't go well. Someone stole the car for.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have bought it for 12 grand. That is.
yeah,
There was another one today that went for 16.
yeah.
The orange one.
I still would have been unhappy at 16 for that
Yeah.
car because I looked. The only ones you can buy for 16 are automatics.
That's
So
wild if I'm starting to live through the E46, E36 valuation flip.
I
I
think
never
the
thought I'd
E30.
see
I
that.
thought that was Doug's podcast. E36s are coming up and E46s are
That's what
coming
I'm
back
saying.
down to
If we
earth.
start to see them flip, that's going to be pretty
Yeah.
insane.
So yeah, nothing crazy is going on there. There's just more people bidding on it. I don't know if the tariffs are making late model used cars a little bit more expensive. New cars are actually more of a deal. I've seen the used late model, low mileage used prices supersede the brand new prices if you get an order in for something. So that's a whole other thing. So I think that's it. We've done many minutes here. This is a long one. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know what you want to hear about in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
I love you.